Get ready for the Boss of the Sauce Show, AAC College Football 2019 Conference Preview right now. Here we go, back again. The Temple Owls. Now, we're on the brighter side of things this time. Now, this team has some big-time coaching changes. But this year, they get first-year coach Rod Carey, who's coming in to do a good job right here. After an 8-5 season last year, he inherits 7 on offense, 6 on defense, and he's ready to do some work, y'all. Now, on offense, he gets a QB. It's always good to have an experienced QB with 2 wide receivers to go with it. Senior wide receivers are excellent in college football. And he gets a left guard and a right guard. So he pieced up a line. He got somebody to throw it to, and he got a quarterback. You know, if the line comes together, they'll open up the running game. And then on defense, he gets back a D tackle, 3 linebackers, a cornerback, and a safety. So this team is ready to go. And they didn't have such a bad season last year. 8-5 is not that bad. So they come back. They look bowl-bound this year. And I kind of like the Temple Owls right here, maybe for a few upsets or a few chances when they're the favorite that they're going to just dominate. What you think about this team right here, BigRagoo?
Temple's got a lot of promise. Like you said, the new head coach, Rod Carey, you know, he's got a lot of experience. Most of his experience comes out of the MAC, which we all know how potent those MAC teams can be in those Wednesday night games, right? So he's an offensive-minded guy. He brings a lot of solid schemes to this team. Now, don't forget the team had Manny Diaz for a day, which kind of did a 180 and went back to Miami. So they kind of brought him in from Northern Illinois. And I really like this coach a lot for this squad. And Temple, last year, they were like number 2 and number 3 on offense and defense collectively in the AAC. So they've got a lot of promise. They upset Cincinnati last year in an OT game, and they're projecting them like, I think, for the 4th. But I think this team kind of might surprise a lot of people. The only downside, even though the coach is very talented and he does have some talent to work with, you know, he does have to acclimate himself to the squad because it's very early in the coaching career for him over there at Temple. So he doesn't have a lot of his recruits. So we'll see what he does with the talent he has. I think he's a good coach. I think he's got a lot of talent to work with. And if they kind of even equal what they did last year, there are going to be a lot of surprises, a lot of upset-minded games for Temple coming up this season.
Well, just a couple extra ones on my note. I'd have to say defensive coordinator Jeff Knowles is stepping on the scene, and that's going to help a lot for Temple right here. Now, they were already averaging about 410 yards per game last year. I expect them to do the same this year. Quarterback Anthony Russo, he's going to be nice out there. So another interesting fact on this one, top newcomer, defensive back, Harrison Hand. He comes over, transferred from Baylor, so that helps out the defense even more. So it sounds like a lockdown secondary, a good linebacker core, and a little work to do on the defensive line. But I like the Temple Owls. I'll see what they do. Nothing. I don't want to go too far in it, find myself biased on them or anything like that. But with the returners they got, even to say that they were going after Diaz, that shows that, you know, the school backs them and they want to do some big things. So I'm gonna keep a watch eye on Temple Owls and look for them in some spots where they could be the favorite over a team that they may get a chance to dominate. I'll probably shy away from them in the big games unless they just give a ridiculous spread. But this year they see Maryland at home. They also have to see Georgia Tech, who's switching over from the triple option to a spread offense. They got to see Memphis. They got to see Central Florida, all at home. And they also got to run out to Cincinnati towards the end of the season. So, you know, this is a pretty balanced schedule right here, and that's what it takes sometimes. You don't want a little fluff cake schedule to where you get so far And when as soon as you have to face a tough opponent, you're not prepared. This one, the schedule is kind of in and out, up and down, gives them a lot of balance. And I expect at least an 8-5, if not a 10-2 team this year. What you thinking, Big Ragoo?
Well, listen, last year they beat Houston, top team. They beat South Florida, top team. They beat Cincinnati, top team. Their losses came early in the season to Villanova, which is a shocker, right? They were probably sleeping on that one. Buffalo, which Buffalo was pretty good last year, and they lost at Boston College and UCF, and the last game at home to Duke. But the games that they won were top quality wins against top ranked teams in their conference. So they're probably walking around with some bullseyes on their backs for a lot of revenge games for those top tier teams in their conference. So they better be on their toes and ready to play. But like I say, they got the talent, and whether they adapt to the new coaching system and how we put them into play. Like last year, they ran a 2-quarterback system, and I don't know if they're going to do that again this year. But Russo's a pretty talented kid, and they got a lot of good looks on the team. So I'm looking forward to watching them play some football.
That's what's up. And once again, you heard it right here on the Boss and the Sauce show, live and direct, giving you all the great information. Stay tuned. Let's go over to another team.